Welcome to Elite Table Talk, where we are going to dive into some genuine conversations, some juicy information with some health professionals or other professionals in their own field, from doctors, accountants, lawyers, chiropractors, you name it. We are literally interviewing these people to help unpack their routines, discover what works for them and what doesn't, so we can dive into their personal life and their professional life, so you can capture some valuable nuggets that you can use to help your own health and fitness journey. So let's dive in. Yo, welcome to the Elite Table Talk, where this is an episode with myself, talking a little bit faster for everyone to keep up with. But why am I wearing a hat? You may be wondering. Well, it is a Assassin's Creed hat. I do like Assassin's Creed because I like to climb buildings and then jump on people and kill them. And if you can get the double syndicate assassination, then very nice indeed. It's a nice hat, and I was told by someone in the Q&A to do a podcast episode with the hat. So here we are. It's looking a little dirty. It's come out of the archive, but it is quite nice. I could have worn a suit, but that would require me to own a suit, and that is why we're here. Now, the other part of having this hat is when I do mentoring sessions or catch-ups with people, sometimes they wear a hat, and I'm like, oh, I should wear a hat too. So I literally keep it on my desk. Well, it's actually on the... let's just pick this screen up, shall we? And you can just get a little look-see. So what we have is a chest of freezer here, some Assassin's Creed statues. I just keep it there with my books, and we're good to go. So that's where it sits. So if I'm ever caught off guard, well, there we go. So what is the question that we have today? The question that we have today is I type and go into my master list with Chris, and I go into the list of questions that I have. But before I do that, we have to go thank you. A big thank you to Dr. Dinesh de Oliveira, who has subscribed to our channel. Welcome. A big welcome to Robbie Hosgarich, who has just subscribed to the channel. And hello, Scott Gillett, to you, sir, for joining and subscribing to our channel. And also, hello and welcome to the 248 people that are set to private, and I cannot get access to your names. I welcome you to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So welcome to all of you, and thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, where we provide training, nutrition, information to help people, but also we have some fun and banter, and you literally just tell me what you like, and we kind of go with it. So, yeah, maybe next time I will use a voice and we'll have a mustache. We'll find out. So the question that we got asked here, so scroll all the way down, and I have a list of questions, but we're going to go from the top. How many reps of desk chair spins can I substitute for a spin class? Now, these are some of the questions that we get, and that's the question we can go with. How many spins? That's it. When you get in your chair, spin all the way around. The space isn't big enough for me to do that. How many spins would it take? Well, if you wanted to calculate it, what you would want to do is you probably want to get onto your phone, go into a health app, so you keep your phone, access it to your Fitbit or your device, and you spin around on your chair and work out how many calories you can burn in an hour. And if, let's say, maybe you burn 200, 300 calories, you then go into a spin class, cycling, 45 minutes, you crank up the music and you pump it, and you'll see how many calories you burn. And you'll probably burn 600, 700, and therefore you would need to spin in your chair for 2 hours. You would then realize that you would get very dizzly whizzly and blah, and you probably wouldn't want to do that. So I don't recommend spinning in your chair. What I do recommend is you find a friend, climb to the top of a hill, or walk up to the top of the hill with a chair, and then you roll down on it. Now, that is a hazard. So what you could do is you could actually go into an office, get your fire hydrant, and slide back. So don't recommend that either, but you could have some fun with it. So alternatives, rather than spinning in a chair, you could literally walk around in your chair, pushing and sliding with your feet, and that would probably help you burn some calories. The fun fact is, when you train, you're utilizing more of an energy source than just carbohydrates. These are broken down into the bloodstreams as glucose, and preferably rice, pasta, potatoes, fruits are more easily digestible. And you could also use iced teas, you could use Gatorades, so you could use liquids, and you could ingest that. And that could be an easy, accessible resource for you to use when training. Now, 1 gram of carbohydrate is 4 calories. Yep, 4. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. Some say 7, 7 to 9 is the number. Why? I'm not sure. It just blows my mind because if you get a kilo, it says 7,200 calories. Yet some say it's 9 calories, so 1,000 times 9 should be 9,000. I digress. So just by sitting still, your heart rate is a lot lower. So you tend to use and burn more fat as an energy source. So naturally, we're burning a little bit more calories. You'll burn more carbohydrates in the short span of time. Typically, females to males, we store about 300 to 500 grams of carbohydrates in the body. So if we were just to do that math, not doing the science of it, just do the math. If you had 700 calories, you're probably burning almost 700 calories, burning almost 200 grams of carbs. So then from a caloric or energy focus, so if you looked at your food, you open it up and it goes, this has 50 grams of carbs, then you could have pretty much 4 of those and that would make up for this spin class. But you shouldn't be focusing on exercise and calories in the spin class. You should be thinking more just as a daily whole. So if you wanted to consume 2,000 calories and you needed 2,200 to function day to day, Karl, how do I work out those numbers? Well, an easy way is get your weight, times it by 33. And that is what you would need for a training day. And then you minus 20% of that. So for me, 100 kilos, that's 3,300 calories, minus 20% of that. It's like my math don't work. What is 10%? 330 calories. So minus 660, because I double it to make 20%. So you minus that from 660. So we go 3,300 minus 660. So I can have 2,640 calories in that day. And so you just minus 10 from both of those. So I go 3,000 calories and then 2,300, and now sitting in a calorie deficit. So this will allow me to slowly, over time, metabolize and burn fat. Now, what's the problem with that? Well, if you think of it, it's like all these little folds in the paper. So if you get rid of that, there's still a lot of paper left. And so you need to go through chunks at a time. And the day, you're chipping away at it, and you might eat a little bit more because you hang out with your friends. You've still got a lot of paper left, but you lost a little bit. And so you might notice a drop in the scales by the end of the week, but you just don't notice it in your body. It just takes that bit of time. If you're still going through the energy and you're like, but if I spin on my chair, I burn more, you could, but it's just doing it every day. Could you do that? Find the things that are really easy to do. Definitely can spin on a chair. It makes it more fun. Gamify it. You can challenge yourself. Spin on the chair 10 times. See how you go. You would actually probably, saying it out now, you would probably end up throwing up, which would probably put you in more of a caloric deficit. You'd then be sick. So then technically you would probably lose a drastic amount of weight quickly. So you would probably lose more than a spin class, because if you ate a typical meal, say it's 500 grams, spit around in the chair that burns 100, and you throw up, probably takes you only 5 minutes to do that compared to doing the whole class for the hour. So if you really don't want to do the spin class, there you go. So those are the little hacks, those are the tips, and those are the tricks. That is the episode done in a hat. Send through your questions. We'll answer it, no matter how silly or bizarre it is. We'll find a way to give you some helpful information, calories, training, and nutrition tips. And till next time, adios, amigos. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us on Table Talk. Hopefully you got some insightful information from those health professionals and you can apply it to your own life and own health and fitness. Remember to give us a like and subscribe, share to the channel, and if you feel you'd like to be on the next podcast episode, reach out to us on the links below and we'd love to see you on the next episode. Adios, amigos.